Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. On my right, I have Smivadee. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Links in the description. On my left, Rory Jennings. Make sure you subscribe to his links in the description. I've just watched Spurs 0, Chelsea 1 with both of these fellas. Obviously, Smiv's not happy. Rory is buzzing. I wanted to speak to them both because we are, some might say, privileged to have experienced Mourinho. You're still experiencing Mourinho. Yeah. And I want to ask, guys, is he finished? Do you guys think he's finished?
It's funny, when you say the privilege, right, it goes in order, doesn't it? It's like, I was super privileged, you kind of did all right, and you're floundering.
We're getting the scraps.
Yeah.
I'll start, I guess. He's got an ego about him, okay? We all know that. Will he be able to see out his time? If it continues like this, will he be able to see out his time? And will he have that little black mark under his name?
Which is what, no trophy at a club?
Yes, he's going to want to win silverware at every single club, okay? And he's got that opportunity with the final in, when is it? It's kind of
April now.
They moved it back, yeah.
So he's got a fantastic chance. And if he does do that, I think he'll kind of just be like, yep, it was probably my toughest job. Well, I don't know actually, because he had Porto at the start, which made him what he was, didn't he? So, and arguably Inter Milan, I guess, what they
and
did
also
that time
taking over United at that time wasn't an easy task.
To be fair, he's had some really tough jobs if you think about it. The Chelsea one was just a beautiful partnership in the end, wasn't it? Really.
The timing of that, I think, was what worked, because Ranieri kind of got them to it being a Champions League team, didn't he?
Yes.
And then he could just add onto that, couldn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I think it felt well for both Chelsea and Mourinho. But to answer your question as directly as possible, you said, is he finished? And I think.
And when I say finished, yes. can I categorise what that is?
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I was about to do.
I was going to say at the top, as Mourinho.
It's exactly what
Mourinho doesn't consider a League Cup to be success, which he could win this season. But he may turn out and say that is success now. But we see Mourinho's success as a Premier League, as a Champions League, not as a League Cup.
He doesn't qualify for the tip-top elite jobs, and that's not a dig at Tottenham Hotspur. I'm not trying to be tribal about this at all. But you know the upper echelons of European football. He got the Real Madrid job. He got the Inter Milan job. He got the Manchester United job. He's not getting those jobs anymore. I don't think he's even in the conversation. So to answer your question as directly as possible, is he finished? At that level, he is finished.
I reckon so. I agree. Totally.
I mean, whether he can do a job for you now.
Can he drag you? Can you see him dragging you to that level? Because we're looking at it like this is a Jose Mourinho that is ticking towards a sacking. It's happening quicker than it did at Chelsea. It's happening quicker than it did at United. But we can kind of, I know I'm speaking for Rory here, but we kind of feel, correct me if I'm wrong, that it's heading towards a Mourinho being sacked. Like the signs are all there. He's shouting at female reporters today, telling them he's not going to answer questions to them.
Yeah, that's
like,
amazing. Do you know what? That news has just happened. You should explain what happened there. Like that's a ridiculous. A girl called Alison Bender, a journalist, has asked Mourinho a perfectly legitimate question and said, "Why didn't you play Gareth Bale today?" His response is effectively, "Mind your own business." I'm not answering that question. Like that is the first. Like we've seen it, and I imagine the vast majority of your subscribers are United fans and have therefore seen it. Smith, if history teaches us where we're going in the future, this is bad news, man. This is bad news.
I mean, we haven't got a bad squad. That's the thing. It's not a bad team, and we proved that at the start of the season. Something's gone wrong behind the scenes. Because, first of all, was Mourinho behind the Gareth Bale idea?
It doesn't look like a Mourinho sign.
It doesn't, does it? It doesn't.
No.
So what is it? Who's behind that? Is it? You look at Villas-Boas. He's put his foot down at Marseille and said, "I don't want that guy," and we're respecting him for that. Whereas we would assume Mourinho would come to Spurs and have Levy by the balls and be like, "Right, I want this, this, and this." But now we're saying it doesn't seem like Gareth Bale was unless there's been a fallout in between that. I don't know.
But I mean, some might say he wanted Alexis Sanchez at the time, and I kind of liken Alexis. I know Bale's been much better player, and he's one of the big.
That stature, though,
but like,
the same.
he came, he's on big money. Jose wanted him, and then he came, and he was like, "I'm going to make an example of him now." And that's what Bale looks to me as like. Yeah, he might be Gareth Bale who's won loads of Champions League, but look, he's not getting in my team.
I think it helps Mourinho's ego to have somebody like Gareth Bale around though. because Gareth Bale is a marquee signing. Gareth Bale was a genuinely world-class player. Gareth Bale scored the best goal I've ever seen in a Champions League final. Like, he's done it. Sometimes you need somebody in a club who's done it. You know, just the nous and the know-how. Do you know who's a great example for this? You know when West Ham signed Jesse Lingard? That was an astute signing because Jesse Lingard knows what it takes. West Ham don't know. West Ham don't know what it's how to score goals in an FA Cup final. Jesse knows, and having him and his know-how and his nous around is going to elevate the club. Having Gareth Bale around, maybe Mourinho never thought about playing him. Maybe it was never in Mourinho's plans, but you need a Champions League winner around, man.
And he's the kind of Gareth Bale to me strikes me as someone that you see with Pogba. Jose should have kept him on side because if Jose keeps Pogba here, them are going to listen to him more because they're going to think, yo. And when he lost Zlatan, he lost the dressing room for me because he lost that example of this is what happens if you listen to Jose, and Zlatan's the beacon there, like you'll be like Zlatan. And once he lost him, and then he's pushing people like, because Gareth Bale, you think everyone in that dressing room hasn't gone, I can't wait to play with Bale. Fucking hell, we've signed Gareth Bale, lads. Look at this. He had fans at the training ground when he arrived, and they must have been buzzing too. And then he comes.
I was. If we could get 60-70% of the Bale that we had or we've seen, I'd be happy. But we're not even being allowed to even see that. Do you know what I mean?
There was talk of it being the best strike force in the league. It was meant to be the best front three in the league.
Sonny and Kane and Bale, and it's not even. Played against Wickham. That's what we've seen so far. And Marine. Do you know what I mean? Like we're not getting a chance to see. Like you talk about where he's been and what he's done, and that's the ultimate disrespect. He's bringing him on against Marine and playing him against Wickham. Why are we not allowed to see him against the big teams like Chelsea?
What's the general consensus of Manchester United? Obviously, I know that one person can't speak for the entire club, but the general consensus overall. Do Manchester United fans like Mourinho? Do you want him to do well at Tottenham?
I don't want him to do well at Tottenham. And I don't want to see him do well because then it's almost like, shit, it was us. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, he gave me a great memory at the Wembley for the League Cup final, and especially Stockholm. And I know I'm not Mancunian, but that week for the city was really important. Obviously, you had what happened on the 22nd of May at the arena, and just winning that trophy in Stockholm, and it was really poignant. And seeing him on the pitch with the trophy and with Pogba running around, I'll never forget that. So I have something to remember him by. And for that, I'll always be grateful because once we won the Europa League, I'd seen everything. I'd seen us win everything. So I respect him for that, but I don't hold him like, you know, he's just like a Van Gaal to me. Like, and I don't particularly want to see him do well now because he's in the Premier League. If Spurs do well, that probably means they're winning it or they're above us.
That's like me with Poch. I want to see Poch do well, but I wouldn't want him to go to another Premier League club and do well.
It tarnishes it a bit.
You know, I hope he does the best. I hope he wins the Champions League.
Have your fears with Mourinho, are they starting to come true?
Little bit, yeah. I had them already though. Because we've seen him go from Chelsea, and he's from there. It's kind of gone up a little bit, and then the man that's come back. It's not the same bite. It's not the same.
What's happened to him?
It's pre and post Madrid. It's Madrid, man. Madrid happened to him, and it changed him. He went to Madrid, right? And when he went, he was this young, exciting, handsome, daring, like brilliant
debonair,
man.
You're going to use that word again.
Debonair, right? Brilliant man. And I swear, when he came back from Madrid, he was a bit old and a bit cynical and a bit hateful, and he wasn't the same person. And I think that the experience of Real Madrid can be quite scarring.
Do you think success ruined him?
I think success allowed him to believe, you know the old Mancunian expression of not believing the hype? I think success corrupted him, and at one point he did believe the hype. You know all that, I'm the special one and all that. I think that it's got to a stage now where he's expecting players to hold him in a reverence that they don't. Because Klopp and Guardiola have taken the managerial job onto a different level from Mourinho.
I think that's a big point. I don't think he holds the respect in dressing rooms that he used to, and that's a big thing with Mourinho if you want to be success. And for that reason, I do think he's finished. I know we got to wrap this up because you got to do another video. Check out the video that's going to be on Smith's channel, link in the description. Check out Rory's channel, link in the description. In a sentence, Mourinho done.
Done, dusted.
That's 2 words.
In your context of top 3.
Do you see him being at Spurs next season?
Probably, yeah.
Sounds buzzing about it as well. Yeah, probably. Yeah. That tells us all we need to know.
What else are we gonna do? What else are we gonna do? You know, we've sacked our man. We've got to stick by this one. So we'll see.
He's so gutted.
I'm gutted. I was gutted the day. I made a video the next day and I was gutted. I was gutted.
On that note,
you've got to stick by him.
On that note, subscribe, like, comment, share. See you in a bit.